Hello and welcome to Unequal Sequel.
Extra.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you will not find a more positive human being than I am today. There is going to be nothing that will rock this boat or annoy me. FYI, we are recording this on Sunday, the 14th of July, which is the same day England are in the European Championship finals against Spain. Now, when you listen to this, I'm aware that the result would have happened. I'm aware of that.
Basically, what Dave's saying is, right now, he's still got hope. And by the time you listen to this episode, either that hope will have been dashed hideously, and England would have lost horrifically to an incredible Spain side, or by some sort of massive fluke, England might win. You never know. You never know. Could happen. Who knows at this point? But so either when you're listening to this, Dave is very happy or very sad, and I don't really care either way.
If it's good, I'll be crying for the whole week, and if it's bad,
you'll be crying for the whole week.
I'll be crying for the whole week. Yes, I've been. This today that we're recording, I'm being positive.
Yes.
I started this morning literally by playing my wife songs like Free Lions and Vindaloo.
My favourite
football
song is the Adam and Joe one. It's called The Football Song. And it goes, balls, 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 footy, 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 balls, 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 football. Because Adam and Joe know as much about football as I do.
You're a weird man, because when we were at uni, you did like football a little bit.
I did. I really liked playing football with you all. You know, we used to play football most days. And I really enjoyed that. And because you all like watching football, then I really got into kind of watching football with you.
Yes.
But since uni's happened and I don't have you all around to watch football with, I've just gone back to watching rugby and ignoring football, basically.
And who got injured the most when we used to play football together?
Yeah, definitely me. Yeah. And I love how I went through a whole season of rugby and didn't get injured and literally dislocated my knee taking a free kick playing football with you.
Yes.
No one even near me.
On the same day we had our first summer ball.
Yes.
Wasn't it?
Yes.
Who went to hospital with you?
You did, yeah.
I did. Who didn't go to hospital with you?
Everyone else.
Because they didn't want to ruin their day.
No. That shows what good friends they are and what good friend you are.
James and Rich. They won't be listening. Anyway.
No.
Well, let's go on this. Let's be positive. Because it's coming home. We've won the European Championship / haven't won the European Championship. I might wait for the edit to see what happens. We are talking today about a franchise which has grossed over about $6 billion. That's
a lot of money, isn't it?
It's a lot of money. It's been running since 2010, which is incredible. We are about to talk about the 6th film in this franchise.
The 6th film, if you include the 2 Minions spin-offs.
We're definitely including the 2 Minions, because one is The Rise of Gru. So,
yes,
we are talking about today about Despicable Me 4.
Yes.
Yay!
Just a 4. No colon, no subtitle. That I like.
That's the same as 1, 2, and 3, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And me and Rich went and saw this on a Friday night separately.
We did. Yeah.
I went with my wife. We had a nice date night out. We had a lovely time. Rich, how did you see it?
On my own. At like 9:30 at night, thinking that it would be quiet. It wasn't quiet. There were lots of people there.
Were there couples? Or
Oh, probably. I've tried not to pay any attention. I sat so far away in the corner and tried to hide as much as I possibly could.
I love this because you can't hide.
No. I'm 6'6". I can't hide anywhere.
And you're 40 odds watching a Despicable Me movie. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. I had a guy, I think, sitting next to me, very similar, not as big as you, but he was by himself and watching a Despicable Me movie. Mine was more like 7:30, though, so maybe a little bit better.
Yeah.
He had a great time, by the way. And I just kept, I laughed because we were talking to me and you were talking about times going, and I looked at that showing you finally booked, and there's one booked out in the corner. I was like, is that you? That solo guy in the corner?
And I was like, yeah, You know me so well.
It turns out it was.
Is that you? It's as far away from anyone else as possible.
Because it's not really I mean, you meant to take kids. I'm not quite sure.
Not 9 o'clock at night, surely. Like, you're not taking kids to that. I think there actually were a couple of kids in mine, though.
Really?
Showing. Yeah. And we didn't get out there till like 11:30. Like, it seems a bit late. Not little kids, but, they were, like, young enough.
Were they
kids.
well-behaved kids?
Yeah.
Oh, good. My screening was quite full of lots of people, so kids and adults, well, a range of ages, which I kind of suspect and assume that would happen with Despicable Me now.
It's that sort of movie, isn't it? That it's
well, if you think now, it's been going since 2010, so that's like 14 years.
Yeah.
So the people that were kids when they first watched it are now
in their 20s now. Yeah.
Adults. I mean, they're paying taxes and stuff. They're, VAT. They can vote, stuff like that. So it doesn't surprise me that this has now come a two-way, because you would take your children to it and you would enjoy it yourself. Yeah. And there are little things to enjoy as a child and as an adult. Before we get to that,
True.
Rich is quickly going to remind me what happens to Despicable Me 1 to 3. Don't worry about the minions as much. Because I have seen these, by the way. I have seen these. And then I was watching this and he mentioned a character from the third one. I was like, I have no recollection of that. I remember there was a brother, but I can't remember anything that happens in that film. And I remember the wife. I think that was the second one. The kids was the first one. Go.
Yeah, you've basically said what I was going to say.
Oh.
So first movie, Gru, a supervillain, adopts 3 children as kind of cover for trying to steal the moon. I can't remember the reason for adopting the children, but he adopts the children for cover reasons, and ends up falling in love with the 3 girls and actually deciding that he wants to be a dad instead of a supervillain, but sort of a villainous dad. Second movie, Gru falls in love with Lucy, but Lucy is an agent for the AVA, the Anti-Villain League, and in that movie, Gru ends up not being a villain anymore and joining the Anti-Villain League to catch villains instead of being a villain. He's poacher turned gamekeeper, and they cement their family, essentially. That's the second movie. The third movie is pretty weak, but basically Gru finds out that he has a twin brother and that their parents divorced when they were very young. Gru stayed with his mother. His twin brother stayed with his dad, and it just shows the differences between the brother. The brother's very rich and successful and has lots of lovely lush hair.
Yeah.
And they have some sort of adventure-y type thing where they have to defeat a baddie together. And then there's the fourth one.
And what happens in the fourth one? Give me that synopsis.
In the fourth one, Gru arrests an old school friend. It's a school friend, not friend. Someone he knows from school that he dislikes, and called Maxine, I think. It's Will Ferrell doing a really weird French accent, and puts him in prison. But he escapes, and he says, "I know where you live. I'm coming after your family." So they all have to go into witness protection. Yay!
And that's it, isn't it?
That's kind of it. Oh, there is a baby. They've had a baby. Gru and Lucy have had a little baby who. Basically, the journey of this movie is the baby doesn't like Gru at the start and grows to like Gru by the end.
Spoilers, Rich.
Sorry, spoilers. Is that a spoiler?
I don't know.
Sorry,
I don't know if you could
sorry if that's a spoiler.
A Despicable Me film by now. You've also forgot to mention one massive ingredient to all of these movies.
The Minions. I didn't forget. Minions. I just don't like them.
We've kind of had this discussion before. When we reviewed Minions, The Rise of Gru.
Yes.
And we worked out that I like the Minion bits and not the Gru bits. And you like the Gru bits and not the Minion bits.
Yes.
And do you want to know what you rated that film?
No, yeah, go on then. What did I rate that film?
You gave it a 3 out of 7.
Yeah.
And I gave it a 4 out of 7.
Yeah. I was probably being a bit grumpy, but I don't think that's far off.
Well, that was episode 54, extra episode 54. We're now on 166 or something.
So I've grown and changed, and
you've grown as a person, you've grown as a critic,
yes.
And most of all, you've grown
slightly larger because I'm old,
Grayer, yeah.
Grayer, larger around the middle, you know.
Yeah, not taller. Anyway, so we've got a history with this franchise now, and like you said, you've watched all three of them. I've watched all three of them. Plus, there are two other Minion films.
Yeah, I've watched all of them. Yeah,
with your kid. Are they a big
no,
kiddie
a lot of
film?
them. I mean, I have watched them all with George, I think, but most of them came out before he was born, or a few of them came out before he was born. So
it's mad that this has been going like 14 years now.
Yeah, absolutely. Like my son is only 9.
The discussion me and my wife were having was like, at the end of this film, do you think it's run out of juice?
Yes,
it's gone a bit stale.
100%. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it ran out of juice about half an hour into this movie.
I would agree with you on this one. Minion films now should be half an hour at best. Well, what is the basis of this film is that they have to go and witness protection service, right?
Yeah.
They have to choose an alternative life and then act it out. The problem is that's not what they really do in this film.
No.
Lucy has one scene in the hairdressers, and the kids have one scene a karate.
Yeah.
And that's it. And
Pretty
then
much.
in the same film, they squeeze in the minions, do something, they become superheroes.
Which I really didn't like. I've got to be honest.
I enjoyed it, but that's just to sell things. And then there's also this side plot with the next door neighbour's kid.
Yes.
And then at the same point, you've got this, also the storyline with the Will Ferrell
who's
character.
That baddie is inconsequential and barely in it, I would say. Like if I was Gru and I was like that baddie was coming for me, I'd be like, okay, just come. I'm not going to witness protection.
He's a cockroach.
We caught you once. Let's just catch you again.
Can't be that hard.
Yeah.
Like I said at the beginning of this episode, it is now, Despicable Me has got a difficult thing going for it because it has been going for so long. And it is trying to cater to the fans, but it's also trying to cater to new fans.
Yeah.
And it's also trying to cater to adults and children at the same time. And it is going to play well or not well for you if you enjoy the antics of the little yellow buggers.
I'm so done with Minions. It's ridiculous. I love the girls. I think the kids are the best things in these movies, especially like the little one.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they're the best things in it. But the Minions, they're wearing so thin. I'm so over Minions now. Honestly,
Bella.
I don't care.
I like their little bits. It makes me laugh and chuckle. But you're 100% right. What is so good about that first film is that relationship between Gru and the girls. And there's a scene when he's doing the cat thing with the books, and it's all very sweet and beautiful. And somewhere between then and now, that has literally completely gone.
Yeah. Is it Agnes, the little one?
I think so.
Isn't it?
With the goats.
The best thing in the first one is where he wins her the toy and she's like, it's so fluffy, I'm gonna die. I love that. I love it.
Now, you think that they might be able to go somewhere again with introducing a baby, which is slightly sweet in some places. But I think what is difficult for me and you to talk about this film is, one, we're adults, and two, this is probably a film we're just going to call fine and okay. And it's the worst kind of film to talk about because it's not truly awful, so we can't slam it or really go into it, and we can't praise it a lot if it's like truly wonderful. It sits in that realm where it's just
okay.
It's a thing now, and I think there's a scene at the end of the film where it feels like it's the last one, but I don't think it is.
I hope it is. I really hope it is. However, it's also made a fuck ton of money already. I don't know how much money, but I've heard that it's made a fuck ton of money.
We'll find out more tomorrow because the box office comes out on Mondays and we record on Sundays. But currently it's been open in America a week longer than the UK. So it's made about the 300 million mark already. But then if that changes tomorrow, we'll find out it'll probably double that.
Right, okay.
This is one of you suggested would do very well this year, box office wise. And I think animation is a safe bet of doing well, because obviously what's happening with Inside Out at the moment.
I was going to say, between this and Inside Out are my two top grossing movies for the year. Not as in top that I would enjoy, but top grossing movies. Yeah.
This is now pretty much the start of the school holidays, or they're coming. But some
school holidays. My son breaks up end of next week. My school breaks up the week after, midway through the week after. So
just let this play throughout the whole of the summer, and it will continuously make money, because parents will be trying to find things to do, especially those last 2 weeks when they're ripping their hairs out and the kids are going mental or finding things to do. So I think it will make a lot of money. I think you're right, and I think there's still an audience. So there's no way this is going to end at all. And plus, the other day I think they announced Minions free, so that's something to look forward to for yourself, right?
Good.
Now I think I still laugh at the Minions. They still make me laugh. They're little
I'm done with Minions.
I think they would work as little
over
films.
Minions. They really just piss me off now.
Why do they piss you off so much?
I don't know. I just find them annoying. I'm not. They're fine in the first movie. I don't mind the first Minions spin-off movie either. I think that's also fine.
Right.
But they've just got to a point where they sort of just grate on me now. I
don't get. I'm not at that point yet. I can take them in small bursts. There's stuff in this film that makes me laugh. There's also
I don't think I laughed in this movie at all.
Not even when the little girl's trying to teach the goat to sit and it shits.
Oh, actually, yeah, I did laugh at that bit.
Yeah. I thought that was a very good joke.
Yeah, I did laugh at that bit. Yeah.
Wonderful. But yeah, it's not as fun as it used to be. Minions parts good, but they're two separate storylines in this pretty much.
Yeah.
And there's Minions doing their thing and Gru's doing their thing. There are 3 Minions with Gru, and then there's a whole section of other Minions who have been employed.
They are with Gru, but they're not really. One of them's stuck in a vending machine for the whole movie.
That laughs every time.
Really?
Every time they did something with the vending machine.
Okay.
Bella. Oh, no.
Okay. Yeah.
I find them hilarious, and I wanted more of them compared to what else was happening on screen.
No.
So
yeah, okay.
I knew it would be different, but I think we're both different in the same way that this film's okay. Shall we do the Rotten Tomato game?
Oh, okay. Go on.
We can go through. I think we might have done this during the Minions episode, but we'll do it again because our memories are like sieves because we're old and forgetful.
Okay. Yes.
So
okay.
we'll start at 1 and then we'll work our way up to whatever this is. So Despicable Me, critics, I'll tell you. Or do you want to have a guess what it is first, and then we go higher or lower than that?
Okay. Despicable Me, the first one, 87.
Ooh. Okay, starting at 80% critics.
Okay.
83 audience. So
cool.
Strong. Really strong.
Very strong, yeah.
Well, me too. Higher or lower than 80%?
Critics, yeah?
Yeah.
Lower, I would say.
You're correct. 75%. Audience score, 85%.
Oh, so higher for audience, yeah.
Okay, and then we move on to Minions in 2015. Higher or lower than 75%?
Very slightly higher.
You're wrong. 56%.
Oh, good. I'm glad I'm wrong.
Audience score is 49%. So quite a drop off there. That we then move along to 2017. The last Despicable Me 3 came out in 2017, Rich. It's a while ago.
It is, yeah.
Higher or lower than 56%?
It's a tough one. Close. I'd say it's probably close to the 56%. Ever so slightly higher.
Oh, you're right. 58%. So, congrats on that one. Audience is 53%. So, slightly better than Minions, but lower than critics. Okay, then we move on to the 2022. So, there was a bit of a gap between them. Probably because of COVID. I've just realised.
Yeah, big old pandemic. Yeah.
Higher or lower than 58%?
Higher? I'm going
higher.
Sure? Yeah, I'm going higher.
Yeah, you're right. It's 70%.
Oh, that's higher than I thought, actually, yeah.
Audience score, 89%. So pretty good.
That's very good. Is that the best?
I think so.
So Minions 2 is the audience highest score. Wow, okay.
Let me just... 89%. Yes, it is. Wow.
Weird.
Mental. Okay, so then we're on to Despicable Me 4.
Lower.
so much confidence in that. You are correct. It's a new film, so, maybe less reviews or whatever. But currently it sits in 2024 in July at 54%.
I think that's about right.
That's about right. And the audience score with 1,000+ ratings, and this will go down.
Yeah.
It definitely will be down, because this is mad at the moment, is 90%.
Fuck off. That's nonsense. Nonsense. Anyway.
One of the critics has put, this is well clearly running pretty dry. You've seen everything in this before.
Yeah, he's not wrong. That is exactly how I feel about it, to be honest. Yeah.
It's pure E numbers, 90 minutes of mad animals, disco music, violence and belching. And if a good film can be made of those things, this is what it looks like. And that's Robbie Collin wrote that.
Okay.
He gave it a 4 out of 5.
Really? Wow.
And he's a hard man to please sometimes. But also, critics can also be a little bit mental at points.
True. Yeah.
So, what did you think of the superhero minion storyline?
I hated the superhero minions. I think they should get in the bin. We already had those purple minions in the other movie. I can't remember which one.
Oh yeah, they're
in.
monster ones, weren't they?
Yeah. So what's the point of this?
Because superheroes are cool and they're in, and
no, they're
Marvel
not. Superheroes
DC.
are gone and past. We're post superhero now, right? I don't know. I didn't like them. I thought it was stupid, and they didn't do anything with them very much, apart from just show them being crap. Sorry, I've broken Dave.
Would you recommend parents to take their children to see this?
But I was going to say, I think that's the thing I would do, because I think kids will like this movie. It's a very solid kids movie, essentially. It's not for grown-ups as much as I think the other ones are. Yeah, so...
Do you think it's going to be as forgettable as the last one? And possibly
100%. It's as
2?
Forgettable as 3. 2, I prefer... I think 2's all right.
I remember watching 2 and thinking that's all right. I remember watching 1 at the time and thinking it's really good.
It was different then. That's the thing. But we've had other things now.
It just feels so like it hasn't moved on, or it's definitely had its time, or it's run out of ideas. Like the well is dry.
The well is dry. Yeah.
I think if you were going to have a storyline of them being in witness protection, it would have been funny to see them do more of them
actually
trying to
be in witness protection. Yeah, trying to fit in. That's. You didn't need all the side quests and stuff.
Maybe just see Gru trying to sell solar panels or whatever he was trying to do, or the girl having problems at school that is whisked off the table so quickly.
It's crazy, isn't it?
I think that could have been really good. I can't remember her name because they keep switching names in this.
The older girl. The older girl's Margot.
Margot. I think that would have been the way
Agnes,
to go down
Edith, and Margot. I can't remember what they changed them to. Brittany, Bree, and something else.
Edith just has one moment in the karate club and that's it. And she's pretty much forgot about for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Margot should have had a bigger storyline dealing with being a teenager and moving to a new school for a while. That would have been great. More Gru stuff, trying to be a man of the people or whatever. And maybe even letting him play tennis instead of the minions and blowing a whistle all the time. Lucy's scene in the hairdresser was good, and I like Lucy's scene in the supermarket trying to get away from that woman. I thought that was at least trying to move on the plot a little bit. But in the end of the day, does it matter? Is that what people are going to see, or are they just going to see the little yellow buggers run round?
I think that's what people are going to see, and that's mainly the bit that I don't like. I'm bored of minions. I'm sorry, they just annoy me now.
You don't have to apologise to me, Rich.
I don't apologise to anyone. I don't know what I'm saying sorry for. I'm bored of minions. They're boring. I'm sorry, they're not funny.
I disagree. I don't think they're funny, but I think I would watch just the Minion films over a Gru film now, or let them have a new master Is Gru the selling point of these films now? Is it the children? Is it the family unit? I'm confused of what the point is a little bit. And I think as pleasant as nice it is, and I sat through it for 90 minutes or whatever it was, which was pleasant.
I was just thinking of something that I thought was good.
Oh,
that I was pleased about is they cut out bloody Russell Brand. There's no Russell Brand in this movie. Dr. Lothario's in it for a second at the end, but it's not Russell Brand.
It's definitely not voiced by Russell Brand.
So that's a good thing, because he's a cock.
It's weird when you talk about voice talents when you've got Will Ferrell and Steve Carell in the same film.
Yeah, again, I'm not a big Will Ferrell fan. Like, it has to be an exceptional performance for me to get on board with Will Ferrell.
Basically, this is everything you hate in an animated movie that you went and saw by yourself on a Friday night.
Yes, it is.
It is. Shall we score it? Shall we try and score it?
Okay. Okay. In scoring this, I'm also going to recognise I was probably too harsh on Minions: The Rise of Gru.
Oh.
So I would probably put that up to probably 4 to match you.
I still like Rise of Gru, Minions.
It's better than this. I give it that. It's better than this.
Well, that answers the unequal sequel question, isn't it?
I was comparing this to 3.
That's a good point. What we comparing this to 3?
Yeah, I think we compare this to 3. Despicable Me.
In that case,
in which case, I'd say it's quite an equal sequel because they're both as forgettable as each other.
Yeah, I will sit on that mountain with you. That is an equal sequel. It doesn't hit the heights of maybe the first one or even the second one. And I like Minions: The Rise of Gru better. I think I like Minions as well. I like Minions. I'm not as against them as Rich are. In our house, we're a Minion friendly household. So
okay, good to know.
We watched these in fun, but I almost forgot this film as soon as I watched it. So that's not a good thing. And when I thought we have to talk about it, I thought, oh God, there's not a lot here we can really cram into an extra episode, but we're giving it a good go. So what would you rate it?
3.5, I think, for me.
3.5?
Yeah, slap bang down the middle.
I would say it's slightly worse than slap bang in the middle, so I would say a 3, possibly.
Oh, wow, okay.
2.5. So really, it looks like you enjoyed this more than me. Which is weird.
I just thought it was fine. And I'm also thinking about who it's for. So I think actually my son will find it quite fun. So I'm giving you extra points for that.
The superhero characters?
I don't think he'll be fussed about the superhero characters until they do something stupid and then he'll laugh. So,
what about the honey badger? Would he like the honey badger?
He would like the honey badger, I think, yeah. I
mean, that all's okay, that scene.
Yeah.
It's
I don't see how you're a 3, though. You've been so much more positive about it.
Because I don't think it's slap bang in the middle. I think it's slightly less than that.
So, okay. But slap bang in the middle isn't a positive review.
Oh,
So in our system, 4.5 is a positive review.
I wouldn't give it a 4.5.
No.
I feel that feels too generous. And it feels like it's me saying that this franchise has legs and can go on. And I don't think it should for a while.
No,
until they find a new way of using those characters.
Until the girls are grown up, and then that might be fun.
Ooh, that might be fun, and then they can decide if they want to be heroes or supervillains. But I also like how cute they are, kind of thing. So that might get rid of that.
Do we think it's going to breach the billion mark? Because Despicable Me 3 did. That made $1 billion.
I think it might do. I can't comment yet until Monday. Really.
Yeah.
I think it might do or it'll be just under. Again, it depends on how long they leave it in the cinema for, or how well it does internationally. Like when it starts opening, are Minions big in China?
No idea,
in that market?
No idea.
That will rest along that.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
But it has got the same market as Inside Out has, because Inside Out started in 2015, so adults and kids wanted to watch it, and I think Despicable Me covers those bases as well, because adults and children will go and see it, and it is family friendly, and it is light on the eyes and the ears, and it is not an unpleasant way to spend 90 odd minutes. And I'm just struggling to get excited about it anymore or talk extremely positively about it. I just think it's gone stale, and it's just, in a world, do we need a Despicable Me 4 or 5? I think Gru's story has been told. I can't see where else they would go with it. Or
I don't want to see any more of this nonsense until Gru is an old man and the kids are grown up, and maybe they've become maybe some of them become villains. Maybe one of the girls is a villain and one's an AVA, and they've got to catch the other one. I don't. That would be fun.
That sounds good.
Grow them up.
And Gru stuck in the middle.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Perfect. Well, that'd be lovely.
We've solved it. We've fixed Despicable Me 5 already.
You're welcome, Hollywood. So it is a equal sequel. It is a, what did you say? 4?
3.5 for me.
That's what I was saying. You just told me.
No, you said 3. You said between 2 and 3.
Okay, 3.5 from me as well.
Okay.
So, is that a recommendation? If you've got nothing else to do and the kids are going wild inside.
If you want to save cinema, go and watch it.
Oh, yeah. That's great.
Because people aren't watching enough movies at the box office.
Especially good films at the box office.
Oh, yeah, so don't go and watch this then. Go and watch Longlegs or something instead.
Oh, I hear that's great.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you want to see us out?
I suppose I probably should. So, yeah, if you've enjoyed this episode and, our ramblings on Despicable Me 4, I think we did a really good job on like A Quiet Place Day 1. That was a good review. So go back and listen to that one and, yeah, see what we're like when we do a good review. And while you're there, listen to all the interview episodes as well. We are coming towards the end of season 6 now, not far off. So yeah, make sure you tune in. You've got all 6 series to go back and listen to. So yeah, make sure you do that. Hit the auto download button, hit the subscribe button, drop into your popular choice every single week, at least once a week. And while you're doing that, get yourself over to anotherslice.com/unequal sequel, where you can, for just $2.99 a month, join our subscription service, and you'll get extra bits for all our interview episodes, where you hear even more from our guests, where we delve in and ask the difficult questions, not about movies, but about everything. We really kind of go proper interview mode. Ish. As much as we can. And then you'll also get Disenfranchised, Box Set Mentality, all that stuff. $2.99 a month. It is a bargain. And that doesn't mean you just get stuff from the moment you join. You can join and then go back and listen to all the old stuff too. So please do that. And yeah, join us on social media. We're at Unequal Sequel on all the things, or just search Unequal Sequel in the search bar and you'll find us. Tell us what you thought of Despicable Me 4. I think we might get some varied comments on this one, maybe. But send us an email. We are unequalsequel@hotmail.com. We will read out your comments in the end of month roundup.
Which is next week.
Next week.
Holy
cow. It's come around so fast.
It is next week.
Blimey.
Send in all your thoughts. We want to hear from you about the whole month. So that's Quiet Place Day 1, Axel F and Despicable Me 4. And if you're another Slice subscriber, that will be Rambo 2 and Jonah Hex. That's what we've covered that this month. Thank you for supporting the podcast and all the love and everything you send us. We really appreciate that. Please tell your friends, make big noise, and it will help us spread the word about ourselves and let other people see it. And that would be great. I've got nothing else to say. After the roundup, we are doing Twisters, so looking forward to that. And that's it. So it's goodbye from me. Bye-bye. Goodbye from him.
Bye!
See you on the next one. Stick with this one. Have a good week. Bye-bye. So when the minions talk, do you understand what they're saying, Rich? I'm just checking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, mostly. But as much as anyone can, I'm guessing.
I think they're designed so you do meant to understand it, though, right?
Yeah, you fill the gaps in,
Because it's funny, damn it.
Is it? It was funny.
Imagine if your kid just wants to watch this all the time.
The same
just the minion
joke
stuff.
6 movies in isn't funny anymore.